Hello. In this video, we will be discussing the topic of SAD. Not sad as in the emotional state, but SAD as in seasonal affective disorder, otherwise known as SAD for short. Now, let us get started. Many of us may be unfamiliar with the term or have questions about seasonal affective disorder. Well, SAD is a type of depression with certain and specific characteristics. Symptoms of this affective disorder often start early in the fall and continue until wintertime. Sometimes the behavior or mood shifts may even last till the start of spring. To highlight, there are two types of SAD. There's what's known as a winter pattern or a winter depression. And just as a side note, winter depression or pattern is not to be confused with the less serious winter blues. The second type of SAD is known as a summer pattern. So again, there's a winter pattern and a summer pattern. Going into how exactly depression comes into play, individuals may experience a winter pattern depression due to shorter days and longer nights, meaning there's less sunshine throughout the day and nighttime typically arrives earlier in the day. In contrast, summer pattern depression is experienced when daylight takes up most of the day, leaving room for less nighttime. We typically cannot spot whenever someone may be going through a summer or winter depression. It often takes a doctor's visit to recognize these patterns and for a diagnosis. SAD is often associated with severe symptoms, which make life difficult. It may become harder to focus on work, it may impact social life, and/or make it harder to take care of responsibilities at home. Research shows that 1 out of 20 people who live in the northern half of the US show symptoms that are suggestive of winter pattern SAD. Symptoms of SAD can take anywhere from 4 to 5 months. Individuals who live in the north may experience a different time frame compared to those who live in the south. Before going into the causes for SAD, we should keep in mind that most research comes from looking into winter pattern depression compared to its counterpart, which there is little to no information on. Research suggests that sunlight is a big factor in all of this, meaning that sunlight carries and provides the body with a natural essential chemical that maintains balance in the brain. And that chemical is serotonin. With less sunlight and shorter days, individuals lose serotonin during winter months. Another factor to keep in mind is the drop in vitamin D. Inadequate vitamin D in nutritious food or a vitamin D deficiency from no sunlight can also be a cause. Researchers also agree that melatonin levels may be affected as well. Melatonin, like serotonin, is a brain chemical that is responsible for keeping the sleep-wake cycle stable. Too much of this chemical can often lead to drowsiness throughout the day and may leave you feeling sluggish, which can lead to being not as active or less productivity. On the other hand, low melatonin levels can cause insomnia and feeling of restlessness throughout the night. SAD is typically more common in people who already have been diagnosed with depression or with a different disorder. For example, individuals with panic disorder, anxiety, bipolar disorder will typically experience SAD on top of that. As for which population is more likely to experience a seasonal disorder, millions of American women are more commonly affected compared to American men. SAD usually takes place in early adulthood. Winter depression, or winter pattern SAD, is more often experienced and recognizable than summer pattern SAD. Individuals who live in the north are also more likely to experience winter depression. Those who live in Canada, Alaska, or in northern states in general tend to be more familiar with winter pattern SAD. Southerners from Texas or Florida, for example, may be less impacted due to there being more sunshine. For links or more information, there are readily available resources online. We also provide some links at the end of this video as well. If there is still some clarification that is needed or any questions, please go ahead and contact the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Service Center, your CSS, or our very beautiful Alexander Sanborn, our Public Relations Outreach Specialist. Thank you for watching.